All right, everybody, in today's video, we're gonna talk about installing Google Ads conversion tracking into Unbounce. My name's Adam, I'm the owner of Paracore. We're a pay-per-click lead generation agency in Phoenix, Arizona, and we talk about all things pay-per-click here on this channel. So I'm in a Google Ads account, a small Google Ads account that we have. What we're gonna do is we're gonna walk through step-by-step how to get Google Ads conversion tracking set up in your Unbounce account. This will be a start to finish guide. You'll be able to follow along and do this on your own. All right, so first of all, we have to go to the conversions section in Google Ads. So if you hit Tools at the top, the Tools menu, and then head over to Conversions, that's where we are right now, okay? So this is the Conversions tab. You can see we have a number of conversions set up, but for you, you're gonna wanna set up a brand new conversion if you haven't already. And we're just gonna do a website conversion. So you can hit the plus button here, and you're gonna do website conversion. And for category, just choose whatever category makes most sense for you. If you're doing it on Unbounce, you're most likely doing like a lead form or a contact. So I'll just do contact form here. So the conversion name is contact. I'm just gonna do, Unbounce, I'll just do that. And then measure the impact of your advertising by giving conversions a value. Do you want these to have a value? So if they're buying something, well, in this case, we're talking about a contact form, so there's not a value, but let's say that you've determined that the value of a lead is like 150 bucks or something. You can use the same value, you can do $150. What we typically do is we don't use a value if we're doing a lead form, simply because we don't have value associated with each lead. I mean, I guess I could back into my cost per lead and the value of each lead, but I don't. So I just don't do a value, it just comes up as a lead. How many conversions to count per click or interaction? So for us, we just do one, because a lead to us is just a lead. If they actually hit the submit button 3 times, they're not really 3 leads, they're just 1 lead. So I don't want it to show as 3 leads in Google Ads. Now, if you're selling something and you want every transaction or every download, even if it's the same person account, then you would do every. So this works really well in like an e-commerce environment. But for us, when we're doing a lead form, I just do 1. I would imagine if you're doing Unbounce, you're probably just gonna select 1 instead of every. So that would be my recommendation. Click through window, 30 days. We do 30. Actually, we'll sometimes go out to 90. Actually, we do 90. We don't do 30. We'll typically go 90 days. Conversions can happen way after someone interacts with your ad, but honestly, for like lead forms, they're probably not going out 90 days anyway. So 30 is probably fine. View through, you can just leave it 1, including conversions. You're gonna do yes here. Assuming these are like real conversions. If it's like a newsletter download, or like a really top of funnel conversion that doesn't have that much value, you might unclick this because you don't want to include it in conversions. When you include it in conversions, the campaigns will optimize on that conversion. It's the default conversion metric. When you don't include it, you can still optimize on it, but it's not considered like as strong of a conversion. So you'll most likely want this to be yes if you're just doing like a lead form. Attribution model, I would just recommend you leave it at last click. So we're gonna do create and continue. And now it's gonna ask us to set up a tag. So I'm actually going to go back, because I shouldn't actually hit create. I didn't actually wanna create a conversion. I'm gonna go back because I'm gonna use a previous one that I set up to show you what it looks like in Unbounce. I don't wanna do that brand new one. Where's that brand new one? Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to remove this, which is fine, but I don't need that one. All right, so what we're gonna do, yeah, all enabled. Great. So the page, so what we need to do is we need to take this conversion and we need to add it into Unbounce. So I'm actually going to use this Unbounce form submission. This is a conversion we already have set up. And when I click into this, you're going to see all the settings we just chose, same ones. And then that little setup box that you saw earlier, this is the same one. So that's why I didn't want to create a new one, because I don't really need to create a new conversion. But tag setup is here. So step 2 in creating your conversion, you're gonna see this tag setup right here. I can go to edit and see it as well. I'm gonna install the tag myself. So what we need to do is we need to actually put in 2 pieces of code if you don't already have the global site tag on your website or in Unbounce, right? So the odds are you most likely do not have the global site tag in Unbounce if you're watching this video. You might. But you need this snippet of code on every single page. So on every page on your website, on your Unbounce pages, on your thank you pages, this is just the global site tag. This goes on every single page. And you want this to show on every single page. So what I'm gonna show you real quick, actually, let me show you this. In a second, I'm going to show you exactly how you check to see if that's installed, but I'll do that in 1 minute. All right, so we have the global site tag here, and then you have the event snippet, and this is actually the conversion. So this basically says somebody converted on your Unbounce landing page. Now, you can do that when the page loads. This is like a thank you page or the thank you modal, or you can do it when someone clicks a button or something like that, or they click something that's considered a conversion. We're going to do page load because we're going to do a thank you page. All right, I'm going to head over to Unbounce now. And what we're going to do, these are some old legal marketing pages we did before we created Prevail. When you're in Unbounce, you see on the left-hand side here, you're going to go down to integrations. And then, oh, excuse me, you're not going to go to integrations. You're going to go to settings, and then you're going to go to script manager. You're not going to go to integrations. And now we have all these different scripts that you can install in your Unbounce account. And if I scroll down, I actually already have this one installed. So Paracore Google Ads conversion. So what I would do if I were to install that is I would go add a script, and I'm going to say custom script. I'm going to say Google Ads. Actually, I want to do the universal tag. I'm going to do add script details. And here it asks for placement, included on, and then the script. So when I head back to Google Ads, this says, here's the script. So I'm going to copy this, copy. And it says, copy the tag below and paste it in between the head on every page of your website. So when I go back here, I'm going to say head, included on all pages, and then I'm going to paste it. And then I'm going to select Paracore. Now that is adding this script to all of the Paracore pages, and then I'm going to do save and publish. I already have this one built out, so I'm not actually going to hit save. But I am going to show you which one I have here. And so that's this G tag, the global tag. That's this right here. You can see it's in the head on all pages, right? Which is great. Now what we want to do is we want to create a conversion. So I'm going to do add a script, and I'm going to say custom script, Google Ads conversion, add script details. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to grab this snippet, as I did before, and it says here to place it in the head tag of the pages you'd like to track right after the global site tag. So we'll go back to Unbounce. We will do head tag included on form confirmation page only, because now we're doing a conversion. I'm going to paste this in, and I'm going to click it on the domain that I want it to be on. So this is the domain that we're tracking, paracore.com. I would hit save normally. So now I have two different scripts that I've added to Unbounce. I have the global site tag, and then I have the conversions tag, Google Ad conversion. And this is only showing on the thank you page. So when I click into this guy, this says form confirmation. After the body, I was doing a test here earlier. This should be head. And then I'll do save. I'm going to save this. Okay, so now we've created the Google Ads conversion. We have taken the two scripts that we need, and we've put them in Unbounce. And now we've attached them to the pages. Excuse me, we've attached them to the domain, paracore.com. Now I'm going to go over to one of these pages here. So I'm going to go up to pages, and I will go to Paracore, and I will go to page 1, this legal marketing page. And when I go over here and I hit edit, what we're going to see at the bottom here is we're going to see the scripts that are attached to this page. Okay, so at the bottom here it says JavaScript. I'm going to click this guy, and then I'm just going to do add new JavaScript, even though I'm not adding a new one. I'm going to actually delete that if I can. Yeah, good. And right here we see Paracore Google Ads G tag. This says domain scripts. These are the ones that we just added, and we added to the domain. These variant scripts are added to the page itself, just for this one variant. This is added to the entire domain. So we can see this Google Ads G tag is right here. We also have Facebook. We do Hotjar. We've got ClickSee. So we've got some other things here. So great. So this tag is here. Another way to check that is to look in your toolbar. And I just resized the window there real quick so we could see the toolbar. So if I'm on this page, and I go to, I want to preview the page. I'm not going to do that preview. I'm going to go back here. I'll just go back to overview. I'm going to leave. I'm not going to save anything. And then I hit this guy. So I see the tab up here. Now I have this little tag assistant by Google. It says legacy. I never noticed that was legacy. Maybe I need a different one. Enable. And then I'm going to refresh. Now when I click here, it shows me that I have these tags. I have a remarketing tag, I've got an analytics tag, and I've got the global site tag. So it's showing me the tags are on this page. So I added them to the domain, now they're on this page. So you can search Google Tag Assistant, and it will, right here, Chrome, this is the legacy one. I guess maybe there's a new one. I didn't even know that. But anyways, this one works pretty well. I've been using it for several years and I've never had any problems with it. So I'd highly recommend it. Jump in here. I have mine installed, but you can click to install it and then it will add, right? Okay, so great. So we were just looking at the page. Now, there's a couple different ways to build these landing pages. Keep clicking around. I don't know why I keep clicking around. You can either have a form confirmation dialog pop up, where when someone submits the page, it pops up a dialog box that says thank you for your submission. So here, here's the form at the bottom. When they click submit, you can say show form confirmation dialog, which we're not doing. We are actually going to a URL. If you were to choose that one, then I hope I didn't select that. Then this right here would be what shows to the consumer. This is very common. We're not using this, but because we chose in our settings to show on the confirmation dialog, this is where the conversion would fire. They submit the form and this pops up and it says, thank you for your submission, and then it fires off the conversion. We're not doing that. That's a very common way to do it. You can certainly do that if you'd like. For us, when we're using our form, we post form data to a URL. We're posting it to this other more info page. It's not quite a thank you page. This is a little bit more of a funnel. So the more info page looks like this. Looks like this. More info, okay? So this is like, hey, tell us more about your law firm, and we're actually asking for more details. These auto-populate here, and then we ask for legal services. Doesn't really matter. But anyways, this is where we want the conversion to occur. So when I go into this page, this is the page I'm editing here. I'm not doing a form confirmation dialog. What I want to do is I want to add the conversion to just this page as more of like a thank you page, right? So I'm going to do JavaScript here. I'm going to do add new JavaScript, and I'm going to name this. So right here, see we have the paracore Google Ads G tag. We're going to do Google Ads conversion. And if you remember correctly, this goes in the head tag. I'm going to go over here, back to Google Ads. I'm going to copy this tag. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to drop it in, and I'm going to hit done. Okay. Now, when I'm on this page, this is the page that we're editing right now. When I click the tag assistant, it shows the remarketing tag, analytics, and the global site tag. It doesn't show a conversion, right? When I go back here and I save, and then I publish, now I go back to the page and I reload it. Now I use the site tag, this guy right here. Oh, just 1 second. You know, there was something I forgot when I was doing this in Unbounce. And in Google Ads, the instructions say post this site tag right after the global tag. This is the global tag. This is the conversion tag. This conversion tag, excuse me. And it does say to put it in the head placement. However, when I'm doing that and I'm over here at the page, we're seeing that the conversion isn't showing up. So that's why this Google Tag Assistant is so nice, because you can really see the conversions and whether they're showing up or not. So you can test, you can make sure it's working without having to like launch the campaign and realize later it's not working. So what we can do there is, instead of putting it in the head tag, you can actually put this in the body tag, which is just beneath the head. So what that does is it forces this Google Ads tag to load first, and then the conversion tag to load second. So if I hit done here and I hit save, and then I republish, and then I go back to the page, and then I refresh. Okay, that's done. Now we see that the conversion tag is right here. It has been implemented correctly, and it's green. It shows it's fine and it works, and here's the conversion that's coming through. So if you follow the instructions, because you can't really control the order in which all of these different tags here load, from a coding perspective, this tag here needs to load before this tag, but you don't have any control over that in Unbounce, right? So because of that reason, when we put this in the head, this was loading before the global tag. And so if we just put it after the body tag, then it works just fine. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but that is how you can get it to work. So if this is more of a thank you page, that's how you can make sure that the conversion is firing on the thank you page and make sure that's not firing on every other page. So that, my friends, is how you get your Google Ads tag into your Google Ads conversion into Unbounce. And if you have any questions, please let me know. If the video was helpful, I hope you like it. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to post a lot more content just like this. And thanks for watching.